Hey folks, you can listen to Idioms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Search Idioms David Dyer on any one of those and subscribe. And welcome to Idioms episode 21. I'm your host, David Dyer, and Idioms is my minicast. 5 minutes at the most, about the same time it takes to talk yourself into just one more Oreo before bedtime. And as the name implies, I talk about idioms, those phrases we say in everyday conversation that seem completely out of place, yet you know exactly what they mean by the way they're being used. Good, so let's go. This is Idioms episode 21, and the idiom we're going to cover today is, my ears are burning. You've heard it. Guess I made quite an impression at the company bowling outing because when I got into the office this morning, nobody would talk to me. I knew something was up because during my whole scooter drive in, my ears were burning. Literal meaning, to experience searing pain on your hearing cartilage because you failed to apply the appropriate amount and rating of sunscreen. Contextual meaning, to have the intuitive feeling that others are talking about you behind your back. I knew it. So let's explore the origin. Well, much like our last idiom in episode 20, all the resource sites I use are pretty consistent with the beginnings of this one, but they do differ on when the phrase or variations of the phrase started being used. And Grammarphobia.com has a few different launch points for this one. They say there's a version of the saying used in a Lutheran weekly publication from Newmarket, Virginia, all the way back on July 6, 1892. When they published an edition that carried portions of a letter sent from a father who was in Japan to his children in Virginia that reads, "Well, children, are your ears burning today? Whether they are or not, I have been thinking about you a great deal." Then they say a version of the saying pops up in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, which is estimated to have been written in the early 1590s. There's a part where Beatrice overhears Hero and Ursula talking about her, and she says, "What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Content farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such." Much Ado About Nothing. I knew Seinfeld stole that. Nobody believes me. And then Chaucer wrote a poem around the 1380s called Troilus and Cressade that has a line that basically translates to, "And when thou art gone, I trust we shall speak of thee somewhat to make thine ears glow." Everybody cried so much back then. Sounds like no fun. But let's get to the heart of the matter, which is 1, a great Don Henley song, and 2, a potential upcoming Idioms episode. If you've been following Idioms since the beginning, and boy, you better hope you have, you may remember all the way back to episode 4 when we covered getting up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm citing that episode because much of the meaning behind that phrase and this one comes from the incredibly superstitious culture known as ancient Rome. The Romans were very big into the significance of right and left and tingling body parts as a way to tell how your day was going to go. And in that vein, we have the germination of our idiom today, my ears are burning. You see, the Romans felt that different parts of the body contained their own kind of intuition and could tell you when certain types of things were going to happen. And the ears were particularly sensitive and good at detecting when people were talking about you, even when you weren't around. And the way you would know you were being spoken of was because your ears would either tingle or have a burning sensation running through them. And to go even further, they felt that if your right ear was burning, that meant people were saying good things about you. But if it was your left, you might want to get a publicist and start working on your damage control plan. Maybe this is why I'm so suspicious of people. You see, I only have 30% hearing in my right ear, so even if people are heaping praise upon me, it's too muddled for me to understand. The left ear, though, hears it all. Crystal clear. I know everything you've said, I know exactly what you're thinking, and for the record, I broke up with her in high school. Yeah. Thank God it's your ears that burn and not another body part, because I've got a couple oval-shaped appendages, and if those things start feeling hot, it doesn't matter if it's right or left, it's bad news. So that's it. Episode 21 of Idioms is complete, and you can stop with all the compliments. I can't hear them anyway. I'm your host, David Dyer. Thanks for listening. Check back for new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, but until then, I'll catch you on the flip side.